Once upon a time, in a small, picturesque village nestled between rolling hills and lush meadows, there lived two families whose lives were as different as night and day. The first family, the Thompsons, lived in a modest cottage at the edge of the village. The second family, the Worthingtons, resided in a grand mansion that stood proudly on a hill overlooking the village. The Thompsons were a not-so-rich family. David and Mary Thompson, along with their three children, Emma, Jack, and Lily, lived a simple but fulfilling life. David worked as a carpenter, crafting beautiful furniture that the villagers cherished. Mary tended to their vegetable garden and kept the home warm and welcoming. Despite their limited means, their days were filled with laughter, love, and togetherness. Every morning, the Thompsons would gather around the kitchen table for breakfast. The aroma of freshly baked bread and brewed coffee filled the air as they shared stories and plans for the day. Evenings were spent in the living room, where they played board games, read books, and shared their dreams and aspirations. On weekends, they would go on nature hikes, picnic by the river, and watch the sunset, appreciating the joys that life offered. In contrast, the Worthingtons, who lived in the grand mansion, were a wealthy family. Edward Worthington was a successful businessman, and his wife, Victoria, was a renowned socialite. They had two children, Henry and Sophia, who attended prestigious schools and had access to every luxury money could buy. Their mansion was filled with opulent furnishings, state-of-the-art gadgets, and a staff of servants to cater to their every need. Despite their wealth, the Worthingtons' lives were far from happy. Edward was always busy with work, rarely spending time with his family. Victoria was preoccupied with maintaining her social status, attending glamorous parties and events. Henry and Sophia, though surrounded by material wealth, often felt lonely and disconnected. They had the latest gadgets and toys but lacked the warmth and closeness of a loving family. One summer, a severe storm hit the village, causing a power outage that lasted for several days. The Thompsons, used to living simply, quickly adapted. They lit candles, told stories, and sang songs around the fireplace. They worked together to secure their home and garden, finding strength and comfort in each other's company. The children saw the storm as an adventure, and their home was filled with laughter and joy despite the challenges. Meanwhile, the Worthingtons struggled without their modern conveniences. The absence of electricity made their grand mansion feel cold and empty. Without his business connections, Edward felt lost and irritable. Victoria, unable to attend her social events, became restless and anxious. Henry and Sophia, deprived of their electronic distractions, were bored and frustrated. The storm revealed the emptiness in their lives that no amount of wealth could fill. One evening, as the storm raged on, Henry and Sophia wandered down to the village and found themselves at the Thompsons' cottage. They were welcomed with open arms. The Thompsons shared their simple meal and invited them to join in their evening activities. Henry and Sophia were amazed at the warmth and happiness they felt in the Thompsons' home. For the first time, they experienced the joy of genuine love. As the days passed, the Worthington children spent more time with the Thompsons, learning to appreciate the simple pleasures of life. They helped in the garden, played games, and listened to David's fascinating stories about the village's history. They began to realize that true happiness came from the love and support of family and friends, not from material possessions. When the storm finally passed and the power was restored, Henry and Sophia returned to their mansion with a newfound understanding. They shared their experiences with Edward and Victoria, who were initially skeptical but gradually began to see the truth in their children's words. The Worthingtons started spending more time together as a family, focusing on building relationships and creating meaningful memories. Edward took breaks from his work to be present with his family. Victoria scaled back her social engagements to spend more time at home. They began to prioritize family dinners, game nights, and weekend outings. Slowly but surely, the Worthingtons found a sense of fulfillment and happiness that they had never known before. The Thompsons, on the other hand, continued to live their simple, joyful life, grateful for the love and connection that bound them together. They were happy not because of what they had, but because of who they had. In the end, both families learned a valuable lesson: true happiness is not about wealth or material possessions. It is about love, connection, and the simple joys that life offers. The storm that swept through the village had brought them together and shown them what truly mattered. From that day on, the village saw the Worthingtons and the Thompsons as two families united by a common understanding. They had discovered that true happiness comes from the heart, not the wallet. And so, they lived their lives with gratitude, love, and the knowledge that the simplest things in life often bring the greatest joy. Thank you so much for watching our video on true happiness. We hope it touched your heart and gave you a new perspective. If you enjoyed this story, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends and family. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, The Enlightenment Hub, for more inspiring content. Hit the bell icon to stay updated on our latest videos. Thank you for being part of our community.